Hey guys, this is a review for Panzer Dragoon Remake for the Switch. I'm on my Xbox because I'm a little annoyed with the game, but don't worry, all the Panzer Dragoon fans out there, this is actually a good review. It's just there's one key point what I really thought about after playing the game, and it's made me very irritated, so we'll get to it. So, personally, I bought this game to kill dragons. That was literally the entire point. I paid 25 bucks. I don't like dragons in video games. I've played plenty of Japanese games where dragons, to me, and a lot of people, the boss dragon was harder than God. That sounds weird, right? God should be stronger than a dragon. It's God. Okay? So, I don't have a big love for dragons because I've been stuck on a lot of JRPGs because of dragons, okay? And I like JRPGs. So this is I believe, a Japanese rail shooter. It could not be, but it's a remake of it. And I'm not good at rail shooters, but we're going to start this off with the intro. In the intro, basically, I love the graphics of it. It's very nice. It's good. I liked it. You see the blue dragon, and your main character, I don't know his name, but he's just a guy. We'll call him Blue Rider. And he's the guy I consider myself in the game. He's the vessel for the character, for player. You're the Blue Rider, and the old Blue Rider gets shot by the Black Rider and the Black Dragon, okay? Because Black Dragon is pretty much the all-encompassing villain of this game. And you probably wonder, what about the Black Rider? Well, the Black Rider, in my opinion, has so little character development, so little talking, but I think he's just kind of mind-controlled by the Black Dragon. I don't think he talks. No, he doesn't. So it's like, he's like a vessel for the Black Dragon's faults and stuff, like your rider's a vessel for us, the character, the player. And the Blue Dragon's good, alright? Black Dragon bad, Blue Dragon's good. Now, at this point, I'm like, okay, I see the one dragon I will definitely fight. I'm hoping to fight a whole bunch of little dragons. You know, that's going to be later, I'm sure, to fight the Black Dragon. We'll get to that horrible situation soon. Anyway, the game starts after Blue Dragon dies and Rider dies, and he tells you, hey, you need to get to a tower and stop the Black Dragon from getting there, because it will end the world. Like, oh, alright. So then your character goes, and the first level starts. Oh, also there's an Empire. I just want to point that out. When the intro shows, it shows a giant airship. And the Empire's got all this technology from an old civilization. And so they are pretty much kind of ruling the world with their airship fleet. So I was expecting to fight a couple airships. I'm not saying that wasn't the big thing. I was just like, alright, but I'm going to fight more dragons, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's something that's going to happen. First level. Pretty much a water level. You are over a lake bed. I love the graphics of this game. And every level's a good bit different. Heck, the first 5 levels are completely different each thing. So basically, the water level, first enemy you fight. Hoping it's a dragonfly. So I guess they meet us halfway, I guess. The dragonflies come in 2 variants, little ones and big ones, which I was hoping would be at least a little dragon different enemy, but no. Fight little dragons, big dragonflies, little dragonflies, big dragonflies. Eventually you get to some plants. They summon some enemies, but you kill them and just don't go under. If you stay too low on the map, they'll hit you. It's really like, it's a screen, you know. Just stay up top and you're pretty much safe the whole level. After 5 or 6 minutes, you get to the boss. I've played rail shooters, and like Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles is another one that I would recommend playing. It's like 10-minute levels, 10 to 12-minute levels, and I enjoyed that. But they are a bit slower paced, but still, I only fought like 90 enemies in this 5-minute level, and that's actually not many for a rail shooter. Anyway, especially how quick they die. You start fighting an airship, and the airship is apparently, it's a regular enemy, but your dragon, I guess, is stronger, so you're killing it way quicker. It's not a boss. I do like how this boss airship has one special attack where it uses the level. It uses torpedoes, and it uses the water to cover the torpedoes so you can't kill it till it gets close. I do like that. The boss is fun. It's just not a dragon, which I would expect the first boss in a Panzer Dragoon game to be a dragon, right? It's not. It's an airship. You fight it, you kill it. It's a good boss, not too hard. It's actually, the whole level's pretty easy because I didn't know how to play. This is my first playthrough of any Panzer Dragoon. And I'll tell you, charging your attack and getting a lock on attack is 90% of the time. 90% of the time is going to be used. Other 10% you will be shooting like regular blasts, but there's no point 90% of the time. You fight it, you kill it, and then you get a cutscene of the Empire HQ airship saying, "We have found the dragon. We should send more units to kill." Like, oh dear. But funny enough, the next level, which is a desert, you don't fight any airships, and I do like it because you get a change of pace. Fight almost every creature possible. You fight lizards, you fight sand wasps, not necessarily lizards, but worms. Maybe they're little lizard worms, but you fight 2 giant worms, and they're kind of a mini boss. By that, I mean you don't have to kill them, but if you kill them, good on you. But you more have to just survive their onslaught. And I don't kill them because I'm not good enough yet to do that. I just did a normal playthrough, and I died about 4 times through the game. I didn't die in the first 3 levels at all. I'm very proud to say. You fight them, fight some sandworms. You go through like a skeleton cave. It's pretty nice. The desert looks nice. It's just great. Sandworms come out and in the desert greatly. Great graphics. You finally get to the end after 6 minutes again, and you fight the black dragon. I was like, wow, we're already fighting it? Nice. Except, it's not necessarily a dragon, it's the prototype dragon. And at that point I was like, oh, that's kind of annoying. It's not even a dragon. So I'm like, alright. I mean, it is technically a dragon, but it's not even a full dragon yet. So I'm already fighting, like, what I would expect to be a regular enemy as a boss. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it's pretty fun. It has some laser attacks, like it killed the original Blue Dragon Rider. You see laser attacks. It shoots laser discs, laser shots. I do like it. They're not. It's probably the easiest boss in the game, though. And it's for good reason. I do like that it's easy because you've gotten stronger. And the dragon is not at full power. I do like how much later you fight the dragon at full power. And it's actually one of the harder bosses. Not the hardest, surprisingly, but harder. Anyway, you beat it and then it runs off. You don't kill it, which is kind of frustrating, but don't worry, we'll get to where we do really fight it. That beats the desert level. I've only been playing like maybe 13 minutes. I beat 2 levels, alright? Not a great sign, but it was $25, so it's not the worst purchase. I really think it's worth it to an extent. For you, if you like Panzer Dragoon, it's definitely worth it. If you love Panzer Dragoon, this game is for you, I believe. Third level. You start off literally fighting the airship you fought in the first level as a boss, but it's a regular enemy, and you kill it. You decimate it after like 2 charge attacks. You are much stronger. But this is a much more Empire-based level. You fight some tougher airships. You destroy some of their bases on the canyons, where they summon enemies, little airships to attack you. You wreck them. It's pretty great. And then at the end, it throws a big curveball, and I enjoyed it. This is actually personally my favorite boss in the game. All right. It is a walking transformer. It's 2 ships together. One is a fortress but walks, which I really enjoy fighting that part, and one is a flying like helicopter spinny thing that literally tries to hit you with its wings. It's kind of crazy, but I enjoy the. It's kind of a free. It's really 2-phase, but I call it a 3-phase fight. It's the only 3-phase fight in the game, but you fight them together, they combine, and really they don't attack you as you would think, because the bottom half has a lot of attacks. It can do a lot, but it actually just tries to hit you with its fins at the top. It's kind of hard to dodge because it's very close to you, but it's not too bad. You attack the part where it's connecting the two, and then you fight the bottom half. And that's my favorite fight. This whole phase is pretty much my favorite phase in the whole game, because it's literally jumping, it's cool, it literally jumps around, it looks like a big square building. It's pretty cool. It's shooting some rockets at you can destroy. It's pretty nice. I really enjoyed that fight. I really did. You just hit it a lot. It has a good amount of health. Not as much health as you have in total, but a good amount. And you hit it. It breaks apart. And then it dies. But then the top part, like I said, the helicopter part is still around. But it has 1 health because you're basically attacking with it. It has 1 health for a good like 30 seconds. You can't damage it. So it's kind of like padding out the fight. It has to go all the way past you, and then I guess it gets ready to attack, and then you can hit it once and it dies. That's it. So it's like it really padded out the fight when you could have just hit it, maybe. I don't know, but it wasn't bad. I just liked the second phase way more than that padding third phase. And that's it for that. That's the whole canyon level. At the end of it, you go in a cave, and some weird drones are following you. At the first bit, I thought it was Empire drones. Oh no, it's actually you're in this real old First Civilization cave like you were in the very intro. And you are in the most narrow level. This is actually the first level I died. I died at the boss. And let me tell you, the boss, in my opinion, is the hardest boss in the game. He has the least amount of health, but he is the only boss in the game where it absolutely encourages you to do blast attacks, not charge attacks, blast attacks, and that does take longer to kill it. And it's in such a narrow level, and it's like a crazy like android beat 'em thing. You actually hit its shields, which is funny. You wouldn't think you have to hit the shields. You think it would block with the shields. That's its weak point for like 3% of 3/4 of a fight, and you just shoot it, and it tries to hit you with it, and that's honestly a pretty hard attack to dodge, because there's no dodge roll mechanic in the game. You just have to move around and hopefully dodge slowly and dodge the attacks. Most attacks are easy to dodge, not the Guardian's attacks. But like I was saying, you fight a bunch of drones, you get to the Guardian. The funny thing is, you go by the Guardian's, you faint corpse in slow motion. It's like, oh, I guess it's just not, it's just slow. You just wonder why the game slows down for a second. It's weird, right? It's very weird, just moving my controller. Go by and it wakes up like, oh dear God. And yes, it is the hardest boss. It only has like a fourth of the amount of health you have, but you almost never hit it even if you're charging. And it has some good defense too, so you're not doing that much damage. So, it's a good like 2-minute fight. And it's hard to survive because the enemies on your way, like the drones, like I said, narrow pathway. You'll take at least a fourth of your health if you're new to the game. And like I said, I died. The cool thing about this game is that you get it. I guess it was supposed to be an arcade game before it was a PS1 game, and you get credits for not dying or killing a lot of enemies. I do pretty good. I had 4 credits by that point, so when I won, I actually didn't get a credit. Well, actually, I did get a credit, so I had 4 credits again. Anyway, you beat the level, and the whole reason I guess your dragon goes in that cave specifically because it can sense the black dragon, and it was in there. And that's like a big sign that it's part of the old civilization and not part of the Empire. So anyway, you follow it outside and you end up in a forest. And this is where you have the biggest fight with the Empire possible. Heck, I'll go ahead and tell you. You take them out. You fight a whole bunch of the Chapter 1 boss, airship. You fight almost every airship you can possibly think about. And then you fight that, in the intro you see the capital airship, stronghold flying ship. You fight it, but it's more of a mini-boss than the true boss. The true boss is the stronghold. And it's a good boss. It's 2 phases, actually 2 phases. And the first phase is kind of annoying because you can only hit its turrets. And let me tell you, this whole level was hard. It's the first level I died just doing the level, not the boss. I get to the boss with 3 hit points. And I win. Because the boss is actually one of the easier bosses in the game. The first phase has a good chance of hitting you, but the second phase, if you know what to do, it's not hard. It's not hard at all. You just hit the core, and when it shoots an attack, you just shoot the attack, and it's really easy to break before it gets to you, and it's pretty slow. It's pretty much, I think the game, and I like this, the game knows that the 5th level's enemies are way harder than anything you've been up against, so they give you a pretty simple, not easy, but simple boss that you can get through without getting hit, okay? It's pretty great. It's pretty much the final airship, and I don't like the first phase because you go around it, and for half of going around, you can't even hit it. And then if you're already halfway around, you have to wait, if you've killed it, for the airship to register that it's dead for the second phase to start. And I do enjoy the design of it. It's like a rock mountain thing, and it's pretty cool. I do enjoy it. And you beat it. I mean, I guess after the 5th mission, you're done with the Empire, because they've been took a big blow, and then right after that, the tower activates, even without the Black Dragon near there, and it summons a bunch of, like, more drones, bigger drones, and they destroy the rest of the Empire. And you're like, oh, geez. So the Empire is, you literally, the 6th level, as you're going through the Empire's big, I guess, city in the water, capital, and it's getting wrecked while you're literally running with the Black Dragon trying to get to the tower first. And you fight so many enemies. This is the level that killed me twice. And I only got through the level by really changing my gameplay to just focusing on projectiles instead of killing the enemies first. Because almost all the time, I'll shoot the projectile before you can kill them. So I actually survived the 3rd time. And it is the most craziest level. The most stuff is happening. But there's no boss. You just run with the Black Dragon trying to fight it while other little, I guess, First Civilization drones are attacking you over a water city. It's really nice looking, and then you beat the level. There's no boss at the end, and I'm happy because they know that this level was hard. And then surprisingly, the final chapter starts, and you're like, what? But it's only 7 chapters in. Yeah, it's only 7 chapters. And because they didn't have a boss in the last level, they have the final boss is the whole level. And it's this black dragon, but it enters the tower, and it becomes the super dragon. So we finally get a fight, not just a dragon, but a super... And by the way, we haven't fought a single dragon other than that prototype black dragon fight. Yeah, it's been kind of frustrating, but I was expecting, maybe like the last couple levels we'll fight a bunch of dragons. No, you fight a super dragon. And the boss, I would say, is the second hardest boss after the Guardian. I don't die, and I have like 3/4 health. If you don't die in a mission, you get like a good like half health back. But if you have less than like half health, you won't get full health back. I do beat the dragon on the first attempt. It was an interesting and good fight. If I fought more dragons like that, this game would be probably my favorite game so far of the year. But you fight one good dragon fight at the end, and you beat it, and it transforms, like it loses its power, and it goes back to its original black dragon form. And all the time, the rider of the black dragon's just like not saying anything. Honestly, it looked like it ate it when it went to super dragon form, but it was still there when it was there. And it runs away again into the ocean, and I'm assuming going down to the bottom of a tower. It would make sense. It runs to the tower, so then you're thinking, okay, I guess the second part of the level is going to be in the tower. Unfortunately, the game says, oh, here's your scores for the game. I got Seeker of Chaos. Apparently, it's not a bad score. I don't think it's the highest score, but you get it. And you go in the tower as a cutscene. Like, alright, are we going to at least see the black dragon die? No. The blue dragon sends your rider off to be saved because the blue dragon decides to blow up the tower with it in it. And I guess that kills the black dragon. The problem is, I always assumed my character, the rider, as the main character. And secondly, we don't see the black dragon die. We just see it go in the ocean, go to the tower. We just see the tower explode from outside, and it's not you. And luckily, I guess we see the blue dragon live. It apparently walks off after it saves you and puts you on a beach. My main gripe with this game, and again, the controls were kind of clunky, but I mean, it was a PS1 game, but I did like it. I think for people who love the original would love this version. Maybe the original version was even better. Who knows? But I'm just saying it's a good game for a rail shooter. It's just not a good game for someone who wanted to kill a dragon, because you never kill a dragon. It is the most... the thing is, I personally paid $25 to kill a dragon. You never do that. My main thing is, for a review, is that if you wanted to kill dragons, because you think the game is Panzer Dragoon, you're going to be fighting dragons, that is not what you're getting. You're getting more airships and drones than anything else in the game. I want you to know that. So this is more kind of like Buyer's Remorse, and it is a review, and I'm saying I'm not bashing on this game, I'm just bashing on what I thought the game was going to be, and it was to kill dragons. It was not. This review, the main thing is, if you want to kill dragons, don't buy the game. I'm sorry to tell you, don't buy the game if you want to kill dragons. If you want a good rail shooter fighting airships and drones, this is the game for you, I think. This is a good game for that. But if you want to literally buy this game thinking, the name is kind of a lie in my opinion. But then again, I went into it blind. I did enjoy it. Just no dragons. You had one dragon fight, but you kill no dragons. It's very upsetting. Very frustrating. And that's why I'm not going to be playing my Switch for a little bit. I'm kind of annoyed. But I hope you like this review. I think it's not a bad game. It's just not what I was wanting in any shape, way, or form. But, hey, it's a good rail shooter. For those Panzer Dragoon fans, I do enjoy the game. It's not for me. I might get the sequel, because I hear a sequel's being remade, and I hear that one's even better than this one control-wise. But, do I fight dragons in it? I don't know. I'm not going to look. I would be happy if commenters, if I ever do see this video, tell me about it. Tell me how many dragons I fight, because I'm 90% sure there's going to be another dragon we're going after, because that seems to be a reoccurring thing. But either way, I will be playing Ultra later, and I swear to gosh, I better kill some dragons. Alright? I'll see you later. Bye guys, I hope you liked the review. This is my first one. I kind of go through the whole game. It is very much a spoiler review, but I'll be doing that for other games. And I did not mind this game. I think it's a good game. At least an 8 out of 10 by all reviewers it should be. It's just personally for me, I'm going to have to give it a 6 because it's not what I expected. Then again, that kind of is my own fault, so I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Because again, the controls kind of knocked it down 2 points. And I bet the original port people say is better is a 9 out of 10. And if you want a good review, look up Sego Lord X. I think that's him. I'll put the link in the video. I liked his video. It's a great review. It's a fantastic review. And he didn't mind the idea of no dragons. So that's really just my main gripe. It's a gripe I did not expect. I'll see you later, guys. Bye.